beautiful creative creatures. Today we are going to jump into another Dre video because it's been a while since I've talked about her. And the fact of the matter is there's still a literal shit show. We're going to listen to their call. I thought it would be interesting to hear it because I did not listen to it all the way through. I have no idea really what they talked about. Okay, so what it says on the actual live video says, let's talk about digital assets. I'm guessing it's going to be about the iGenius aspect and like the marketing. And we're going to see what they have to say. And I wanted to also ask you guys down below any good routes of who to commentate on for like the aspect of toxic Christianity, because I thought about talking on Girl Defined a bit and Paula Morgan and a couple other people. I mean, I know there's plenty of people that have talked about them, but I want to branch off into some topics that interest me outside of anti-MLM. So that's my idea. That's just what I wanted to get your ideas of and see what you thought. So let's get into this a while.
Right
Telling
now.
her about the snowstorm yesterday.
What?
You're in
I was
Miami
telling
right
her
now?
Snowstorm where?
in Canada yesterday.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was a storm. I didn't see a storm.
Yeah, where my dad lives, it was like all icy and stormy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't go until the evening and it was just cold.
Yeah, during the day it was really bad.
Yeah, it was just cold, and I went out with my brother for the first time in like years, and it was freaking freezing, and yeah. So I was just like, yeah, I wasn't used to it because I didn't even have at the time I didn't even have a winter jacket because I like sold my winter jacket before I went to Miami. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Look how some people are already dropping where you're from. Guys, if you're on this live, drop the country or the state or wherever it is that you're from. I want to see where you guys are all tuning in from because we got some good information, some questions we can answer for you guys. Let's hear. Okay, Serbia. I see
Hey,
Serbia.
Serbia in the house. I love to see it.
Nice, nice. I love the international groups. What? That's amazing.
Brampton. My guy Kenny said Brampton. I'm so dead.
Brampton.
I love it.
You don't live
We
in
got-
Brampton, my guy.
Canada.
You live in Vaughan. That's funny.
That's awesome. All right, so let's get started.
Yes. Now, how have you guys been doing lately with the markets? There's been a lot of things moving in the markets lately, like with crypto, with a little bit of everything, and especially with all the, current events and stuff that's happening with Ukraine and Russia. How are you guys seeing this ripple effect, and how are you guys handling it?
Yeah, so we just did a crypto challenge last week with the team, and it went amazing. I think there's a lot of, right now there was a dip and then things were going back up, and there's a lot of movement in the market, which means that there's a lot of opportunities. So definitely took advantage of it this past week with our crypto challenge. It was before that I was mainly trading crypto automate with our automated system. And I love the automated system because it's completely hands-free, but I definitely got involved in the crypto challenge this week and went in a little deeper, with the crypto challenge that we were doing. I know Samar did it too.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what's crazy is because when I came in,
Yeah, one thing that I noticed because I saw what the game changers were talking about was the fact that they had released or talking about a crypto coin related to the Ukraine and everything, and it just obviously taking advantage of something that's not good right now, basically taking advantage and exploiting it for profit. So I'm not happy with that.
and I started using this platform, we were kind of talking about this earlier on the call. Like at first I was like, oh, it's okay. I don't really want to learn like too much of like the manual stuff. I want to just have everything like automated, which is great. We have our automated software, which I take advantage of. And then I'm also holding a few coins, but now I'm like, there is so much opportunity to like be made within like the manual trades and stuff. So now we're both like,
Yeah.
damn, we see the opportunity, we see what can happen. And if you're like manually trading, like there's a lot of potential and a lot of money to be made within that. And it's just about learning like the basics and the like initial skill sets. And I'm really excited that, you know, we're starting to manually trade, because this is a really good opportunity for someone who, you know, has little to no experience. It's a great opportunity for them to kind of get their foot in the door and really learn the basics and start growing their investment portfolio.
Yeah, it really is. And especially, you know, I know a lot of people saw the post I posted over this past week off
Girl,
of my crypto trade. So, you know, manually trading cryptocurrency in these markets, knowing how to trade, you know, hold on, let's a little out. So knowing how to trade these cryptos in these Forex markets and using that leverage trading is how you can really maximize and make more money than if you actually owned a full Bitcoin. So
yes.
everybody's like, oh, they feel like they missed out because like, oh, you know, I missed out on buying Bitcoin when it was 10,000, 15,000. And it's like now you can, you know, leverage trade with a small amount of money. You don't even need a lot. You know, let's just say last week, my post, I wanted to show people, I get a lot of people asking me, like, well, when you start trading, how much do you start off with? And I said, well, you know, my trading journey has been interesting, you know. So there was times where I was making money. I was trying to do my thing and not listen to people on the
Yeah, because
team, stuff
you
like that.
said for like you've been training for like 5 years, you said, right? And then just the past 2 years, you've been doing kind of more like full time.
Right, because I've learned more so with the Forex trading, which is leverage trading and margin trading. So before, when I started with cryptocurrency, just a little backstory. When I first started with cryptocurrency, it was more so like you buy the currency and you just trade it, you know, you sell it or whatever. It was very simple. It wasn't like leverage trading and all that. And now that I got into that, that's when I learned how I don't need to buy one full Bitcoin just to make $1,000 if the price goes
Yeah.
up $1,000. So I started doing that 2 years ago, starting to learn how to trade in these Forex markets. So like
Yeah.
so what I did last week was I started off two different accounts. I said I'm going to start off one account with 500 and one with 5,000 so that I can show people like you can start with different amounts. It's all about your lot size and just risk management and really
Yeah.
having a strategy. So I took that $5,000 account and I put two positions. There were two, the entry price is basically the same, but there were two different lot sizes. And off of the Bitcoin trade, I made 15,000 on one and 1,500 on the other one. So it was
Crazy.
about $1,000 profit almost between those two, and that was like overnight. You know, I was in those for a few hours, but it was overnight. You know, to be honest, I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, I noticed that my trade was like really up there and it was hitting my resistance. As what, if you guys don't know what that is, we're going to definitely have a call to talk more about what resistance is and how I'm getting really these good entries in the market to be able to, you know, leverage other people's money, you know,
Yeah.
off of my own money to basically make these trades. And I mean, that's, I $5,000 into, you know, I turned $5,000 account into 22K overnight, you know,
Yeah.
so,
But that.
But
Sorry, go
so
ahead.
so this is the power of leverage trading.
three
You know?
always lags. Anytime there's a live of three, it always lags. So sorry if we talk over each other a little bit, but that's the thing. Like you mentioned, you know, a lot of people, you know, feel like they're late to the crypto game, and that's not the case at all. Like crypto is still in its infancy stages, guys. Like less than, I think, what, it's like 18 or 19% of the world owns a piece of crypto. So it just goes to show you that, you know, there's still so much opportunity. And obviously, that may not be average. Those returns may not be average. Past performance doesn't guarantee future gains. The market's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. But you know, when you're leveraging those skill sets and you're learning these small little like tricks and little things that can kind of like put you ahead, of those trades rather than like, you know, just like just like, for example, copy and pasting, like what you said, like positions and leveraging and all of that stuff. Like it can you can literally turn a small account into, you know, potentially a big one, which is huge. So for those of you who think that like crypto is, you know, it's like so overdone, it's like overplayed now, like they're probably gonna be moving on to the next thing. Like, no, there's still a lot of money to be made in these crypto markets, guys. And there's even like new fresh coins that are even better than Bitcoin. They're even better than Ethereum that are just popping up now. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
why not learn those skill sets now so you can apply it to those new fresh coins that are like are going to be taking over Bitcoin, are going to be taking over Ethereum.
Even like what you were able to do, like obviously that is not like common, right? But like you've done that more than once though.
Yeah.
So the thing is with that is it's, you know, how much you get is different. So what I did was, remember I said I did 2 different trades, and this was just to show people the power of your lot size when you're trading matters. So I had got 15,000 on one trade and 1,500 on the other trade. Same exact trade, but my lot size was different. So this is
Wow.
how guys can, you could make a lot of money in a short amount of time like that if you know how to really trade, know when you're having good entries, know when your exit is. Really, it's all about knowing your entry and exit and being like a good sniper and looking at a good entry in the market. So once you know that, or once you start seeing it, because once you start seeing it, you can't unsee it. So that's what we do, is we try to help you to see it with all the knowledge that you learn. You know, we help you to like not need a scope, for example. You know, you have to.
But aren't most iGenius girls big on flexing that they don't know what they're talking about? Granted, I don't know all of this stuff either, but I'm not going to say I do. They should not be recommending things like the top girl seems to know a lot, but like Dre and I forget the other leader, but them, they flex on all the time saying, hey, I don't do this to learn how to do it, I just do it because it's a way to leverage someone else's knowledge.
Basically kind of train your eye to look at the chart and see the formation for a good setup and know that it's going in whatever direction, and you can be in that trade, or you can even just put a bigger lot size and profit, you know, a lot more money in a quicker amount of time. So
What was the lot
getting it.
size of the 2 trades?
One was a 0.05 and the other one was a 0.5. So one I was getting paid $5 a pip, and the other I was getting paid 50 cents a pip. So it was a 10
Wow.
times difference. So that's one thing that, you know, I wanted to start showing people even more, is that because when I first started trading, I was getting a lot of pips, but I was putting small lot sizes. So I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I got $100, but if I did, you know, $1 per pip at least, I would be getting, you know, 10 times that. You know, I would get $10,000. So I started understanding lot size, risk management, and all of that. And it's, you don't need a big amount of money to start this off with. So, you know, that's why I also show the $500 account as well, which I already had tripled within 24 hours itself too.
Mm-hmm.
So when you started with your account with the $500 and you used the lot size of 0.05 on that account, do you put your stop loss like tighter because the lot size is big?
It all depends what you're trading, because every commodity is going to be different. So it depends on what you're trading. Some have more of a leverage than others. So that depends on your stop loss and how much that you want it to go lower. Because like a 0.05 on a regular Forex currency pair is not a lot, you know, compared to US 30 or something. So
What were you trading when you did that trade?
Bitcoin.
yeah, Bitcoin for the 1,500 and the 15,000 one. That was Bitcoin in my 5,000 account. And my other account, I did US 30, the $500 account. I did
Wow.
different lot sizes, but they were definitely under 0.05. And I already, like, in each day that I've been doing, I've been averaging about 500. I've been actually like I put 500 in and been doing that. I already took the 500 out that I already put in too. So now it's just me, in the markets with my profits, making more profits. And that's what we want to do, is get our money back, withdraw that, and just trade your profits. That's
Yeah.
risk-free trades, like that's basically the market giving you money to trade. And that's just kind of what we want to do, is and not just trade like a retailer, but trade like a market maker. Because these market makers are sitting there wanting to trick you out of your trades, make you think like you should be closing this out. We've all done it. I've done it and everything. The point is to really know your exit and stick to it and trust yourself. So we're definitely going to get a lot more deeper into that, which I'm excited about with our call that we have coming up, which is if you haven't made money yet trading, if you're struggling, if you're not understanding, if you kind of just need a little bit one-on-one with us and just go over taking signals, how to analyze those signals to see, is this actually a really good signal? Because a lot of times, yeah, copy and pasting is easy, but can we look on the chart real quick and see that this signal is actually really good? Because these signals are here to give us ideas to say, hey, look at this. I think this might be a good setup. It's like your assistant, so that way you guys are always on the go or whatever you're doing. Like I'm usually busy all the time. I don't have time all the time to sit here and just, look and scan through the market, look at news and everything. So glad we have this platform that we're able to do all this and have this market research. But not only that, these alerts telling us, hey, look at gold.
Yeah.
So like with my $500 account, I looked at a couple signals. It was gold, oil, and silver. And I was like, oh, this is a good trade setup. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go in for, what it says. And I profited. And that's how I also grew that account, that $500 account, even more. So we're definitely going to hone in on talking about that, doing chart talk and markups and everything. So I'm super excited about that. And that is going to be next Thursday.
So
Yeah.
yes, next Thursday, it's called Haven't Made Money Trading. And it's going to be hosted by us, and then we're going to have another one the following week. But definitely want to get plugged into that. One thing that I always say, guys, is like trading. Like, I don't know, for me, I don't know if it was for you because you've been doing it for 5 years, but when I first started, it was like mad confusing to me. It's like you're speaking a whole nother language. And my favorite part about doing it with this platform is that you're not alone. I know maybe when you started 5 years ago, maybe you were a little bit alone. I know you've lost a bit of money when you first started, and it's like you didn't have all these this as much of a community as you do now. Whereas it's like right now when we had the crypto challenge, everybody was like in the chat asking questions, getting their questions answered. If you're entering something and it's not making sense, or you're confused, or it's not looking like how you want it to look, you have all these people to kind of ask questions. And like, it's really a trading community. It's not just you doing it on your own, and that's what I love about it. Because me, I'm a question, like, one thing about me is I'm gonna ask a lot of questions. Okay, like when I'm trying to understand something, like I will be asking a million questions. So yeah, that's what I like about it. So if you guys want to get tapped in, DM us to get access for Thursday's call, where we're gonna be diving like super in depth, and she's gonna be going over a lot of her tips that will things that she wished she knew when she first started.
Yes. Yeah, things to avoid doing, right? And that's the beauty of it, because we're in this community. You have access to people who have been in the game for long enough to kind of help you prevent the mistakes that they made when they first started, so you're not losing hundreds or thousands of dollars, right? And that's the beauty of leveraging experts or leveraging your peers within this community in order to help you prevent any mistakes that they made in the past. And you'll be able to catch on a lot faster, understand things a lot faster, because we're trying to avoid all those mistakes that you've done before, they've done in the past before, which is super exciting. And I feel like the biggest thing what you were talking about, Key, is when you were talking about these are signals that get sent by experts. So what I like about that is you're saying you're leveraging. So it's not like you're going out there and doing all this research to figure out what should I be investing in, what should I be trading in. They're giving you suggestions, like trade ideas, that you then can take it upon yourself to mimic. Now, what we're going to be talking about is how to leverage those trade ideas that they're going to be sending, how to mark up those ideas that they're going to be sending in order to maximize your profits on them as well.
Yeah, and that's what I wish that I knew like when I first started was like, well, what do I really need to know to really start understanding how to read these charts and make money in the market? Like, what do I really need to like do or know? Like when I'm, because a lot of people, they're drawing so many things on the charts and it starts looking even more foreign. So what we need to do is really just laser in and focus on like the basics and what's very important for marking up your charts. Like what do you need to do? Not only that, but like risk management, you know, if we're starting an account with a certain amount of money, you know, if you're having $500 in your account, I'm not going to put a .5 lot size, you know, on Bitcoin trade in a $500 account like I can with that. So we have to or else you, I mean, you could get into a trade, but you're going to get kicked out if it maybe moves 2 pips, you know? So we're going to talk about all of that different stuff and really just, you know, when you said about learning from other people's mistakes, that's what it's really about is leveraging. That's how like the wealthy get rich. And we're trying not to just, I mean, you could learn how to trade, but actually making money from trading is a whole nother ball game. Actually making money from trading, knowing how to trade. Okay, a lot of people say they know how to trade, but are you making money from trading? That's why we are putting together this call to just make sure that everybody's learning these basics and actually are doing the things that they need to do to make money as a trader and not just, you know, just trading. Manual trading, I think, is really good. Taking signals is good too. But manually trading and just like I said, learning from the community, learning from our mistakes, leveraging other people's mistakes, um, experiences, money, all of that. That's what we're all doing when it comes to Forex trading and all of that. And not only that, but I guess, you know, when it comes to all the current events and stuff like that, if you guys are listening to news and what's going on, you guys can know the direction of some things without having to read a chart. Like, let's just say all the stuff that's going on with gas prices, with oil and all that. I mean, it's clear that it's going up. If you guys are also looking at what the different Congress members are investing into, so many different oil companies and stuff, you can trade those stocks on Forex. There's a lot of different things that you guys can do and off of just learning Forex and learning on a chart and learning about these different things and or in the markets and trade them and make so much money off of it as well. You know, we're not guaranteeing what you're going to make, but if you have a good eye and you're practicing and knowing how to do this.
I am thankful at least that she is saying we're not guaranteeing it. Too many times we hear these reps constantly saying, you can get this, you'll get that, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, no. It's not a guarantee. And the sucky part is they're not paid at least a decent hourly rate for all the work they do. And I get it's because they're independent contractors. But at the same time, they could be paid. And there's so much more in-depth things that go into this than just the crypto or iGenius women and all this stuff. It goes much deeper than this. And we have to address the fact that economic problems are what gets most people into MLMs. It as sucky and as horrible and as bad as MLMs are, the reason they've been opened up is because capitalism and because government bodies have allowed it and accept it. Even if the FTC tries to help get them like stopped altogether, there's too many political areas that this involves. But that's my little tirade.
You could profit like we are doing and doing those same things.
So,
Yeah, and
oh,
super important to understand, just like what you said, Key, is that like obviously you can't guarantee obviously a trade. I mean, you're gonna have wins, you're gonna have losses, it's normal. But like you were talking about your other trade, you know, profiting right now, again, give or take on average about $500. But really think about this, even if it's not $500, even if it's just like $50 to $100 a day, like think about how significant that
Mhm.
can be for someone's finances a week. You know what I mean? So like $100 a day, $500 a week. How significant or even $250. So even if you're not making, you're starting off with a smaller account, and you're not making the average of $500 a day, because again, you've been doing this for quite some time, but even if it's on a smaller scale, think about how significant that can impact someone's financial status. And
Absolutely. In this economy right now, because gas prices have rose a bit, well, a bit more and astronomical in other areas. And the fact is, people are not having a livable wage, and rent's outrageous for most people. So yeah, there's a good reason why people join these, and I get that. I understand. I empathize. And granted, I don't want you to. I don't want you to lose money, but do it. If you're going to do trades, learn how to do trades for real. Learn how to do those things so you could actually learn to earn money in that way, or sell stuff. They always are like, "Oh, sell to get a kit." No, just sell whatever you don't need. And if you can make money back, like all those people when it came to like the LuLaRoe stuff, when they sold all this money just to get the kit, oh my gosh, they could have had that money to use for everything else but the kit. And that's what irritates me. And they're like, "Oh, spend $1,200 on this thing," but then you're still spending $100 and some dollars or whatever every month on a subscription that probably is going to be losing you money. Or, well, actually, it's been promised, not just promised, but statistically speaking, has shown that you do not earn your money back, or you do not make money, or you lose money. So the fact is, I understand.
how significantly it can help them, right? So I think it's really important to understand. And again, like, there's responsible trading, like you were saying. There's a very fine line between gambling and trading responsibly, right? And that's what we do here, is we teach you like the fine lines and how to trade responsibly, so you're not losing your whole account, right?
Right. Exactly. And there's different ways that you can cut some of your losses or secure some of your profits as well. So we're going to talk about how to more so secure it, or even having your stop losses in your profit zone. So that way you can maximize the different trades that you are doing. But definitely, I would say, when it comes to trading and all of this, it's more mindset. This is very much so more mindset. When you're going out gambling, you're having fun and stuff like that, but with this is a skill. If I would have gave up, when I
Skill and mindset, I feel, are definitely two different things. A skill is something you study and practice and have had plenty of experience under your belt to say, yes, I have this skill. Like, hey, I used to be in housekeeping. I know how to do housekeeping very well. I could do it. And I've worked in thrift stores many times, so I do have those two areas where I'm good at. Those are skills. I know management in housekeeping, and I know going. And sorry if you can hear sirens. I have no idea why they're sirens. But yeah, like I know those things. But mindset is always normally about how you have to have like toxic positivity, and don't have any negative thought. Don't have anything that is contradictory to what someone says about iGenius, because if you do, you're wrong. So yeah, there's that. I just feel like saying mindset is the wrong word.
I've blown an account before when I first started. I made money, blew an account, made money again. But I didn't stop learning because I knew this is valuable. There's nothing else in the world that's going to pay you more than this. Let's
Mm-hmm.
just, so why are you going to give up on that? You guys work so much for your other jobs and other careers and other, things that you do and that you spend your time doing, that's not going to pay you as much as this. So you got to really see, like, what do you need out of your life? Like, what do you really want? Because some people are trading just to get a little bit more money, and there's some people who want this to replace their income. There's a lot of different things that you have, different goals. So what's important is to know, everybody that I work with as well, that I help, that's on my team and stuff, I make sure that I know that what their goals are. So that way, if they're on a trading plan where they want to grow their money at 2% a day and compounding, we can do that. Like, so knowing what your goals is very important. and instead of just being like, oh yeah, I want to make 100 to 500 a day, but it's like, what is really your goal? So that way we can more so focus on that, because trading's always going to be there, the market's always going to be there, and you can make money in the market whether it goes up or down. So
Mm, facts.
that like also, you know, what's really cool about that. But not only that, but everything's moving towards a like AI technology. Can we talk about that for a second? Like,
Yeah. I
not
want
only
before I go and say about the AI, because that's my favorite product. I could talk about the AI all day. But before I go into that, one thing that's really cool about everything that we're going to be teaching on Thursdays, all these things that we're talking about, guys, you can practice on a demo account,
mm,
meaning you don't have to use your real money right away. You
Mm,
don't have to risk your real money. You can literally play on the charts like real market circumstances, fake money, and practice this until you feel confident and comfortable and have your mindset in the right place to actually play with your real, not play, but to actually work with your real money, right?
yeah,
So if you're brand new and you're like, I don't know, I'm scared, I don't have a lot of money, I'm not trying to like lose my 500 that I have. Okay, we'll start on the demo and focus on mastering the demo. And
yeah,
once you've gotten good at that, okay, then we could talk about funding your real account, you know? So that's another really important thing to mention. And yeah, but for the AI, that's my favorite thing. So I love the AI because it's just like I'm different than you, right? Like I came in kind of like Samar. Like I didn't really have a desire to learn how to trade. It was only
mm,
once I got in that I saw like I always knew it was powerful, but I really saw like damn, like you know, like you could really do so much with just trading, you know?
oh
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, because a lot of, especially your team, a lot like a lot of people that we met in this company do more trading than they do building, right? Which is not common everywhere. So it just goes to show you something about like you know what it is and what we have, right? But
yeah,
um yeah, the AI I liked because I personally, when I first got involved, that wasn't my goal. I always said, I said it, like if you've been following me, I said it from the beginning. I don't really care to learn how to trade right now, but at some point I'm sure like I'm in the space. At some point it's gonna like something's gonna go in and I'm gonna spark that interest, and that's what happened, right?
yeah,
Because I got around success.
But the problem is, like I said, if you're going to be selling this opportunity and selling this as a job, like to people and or the packages, you need to know at least what you're talking about. That's all it is, because any job you would be required to learn policies and procedures, what to do, what not to do. Any area of your work, you're gonna need to learn those things. You're gonna need to learn different aspects to it. And they admit so many times, like, we just do it to get the opportunity. Well, it's admitting to recruitment, and that you don't even care to learn the job that you're supposed to learn.
Successful people. I got around people like you. I got around people that were making money in the markets, and I'm like, well, damn, if they could do it, you know what? It was really like seeing Rashida, and I don't forget the other girl's name, who was like having so much success in her first month, and I was like, girl, like a lot of like I'm not talking like a lot of success in her like she showed me her app. I saw like her profit for the week, and I was like, huh? And she'd only for like, huh?
she's new, and that's an important aspect of this is that she's brand new.
Yeah, and obviously can't be guaranteed, but she really dove in and started doing the charts and reading the charts and analyzing them. And within a month, she's making like crazy profit, like profits in the market, which is insane, right? So yeah, it's that proximity, exactly, Michelle or Mish.
oh,
Uh,
well, crazy that you say like she was new. Like I remember when I started, like my first 2 weeks, I, you know, the first 3 days I was a slow starter, but I said, you know what, I'm really investing into myself. Like I, you know, I want to do this. Like I've been wanting to learn how to invest in stocks, invest into into forex and trade money and doing all this. So I was like, let me go ahead and hone in and learn this. So I did just that. And I mean, within 2 weeks, I started making profit. You know, I jumped out of my demo account. I don't expect for people to go live like within 2 weeks like I did. But still, it just goes to show you this is very simple that you can start learning and understanding this and start making money in your demo in profit, or even if you were wanting to go live. But you don't need to wait like years and years to start understanding and learning this. Like, it does not take that long. Everyone's different on their learning curve, because remember I said that this is 90% mental. So this is why it's very important that we do different calls within our team, for personal development. You know, we have books that we're reading together and things like that, just on and show.
Yes, all are brainwashing techniques. That's what commercial cults do. They get you hooked on books that you should read and calls you need to go on and all this filler stuff to make you feel like you have to do it in order to be successful when you don't, and that's not it. And honestly, you can be very successful in a regular job and still do side jobs and be just as successful and do trading as well. So to make people feel bad for doing anything or say that you can't do this as or no, I rephrase that. Or they want to not force but like push you to get onto it full time. It's just to keep you in longer. They want to make sure that they can get you for all they can. But that's just my opinion. I'm sorry if you can hear the wind in the background, by the way.
Sharpen our skills and our minds, you know, different affirmations or whatever it is, because when you're dealing with money, that's an energy, you know. So we have to make sure that your mindset is right. If you're, let's just say, you know, you're going through a breakup, right? Let's just say you're going through a breakup and you're not in your feelings. Like, it's a time that you need to take for yourself, not to be in the markets, you know. Like, you have to understand that you have to have a certain mindset going in, a certain energy and feeling. So you really start learning about money, like in this community. You really start learning the language of money, how to deal with it. So almost like a wealth squad in the way, you know? So um, I really like the fact that, you know, once you start learning the language and stuff, it just starts coming like that. So, you know, you just immerse yourself in it and it's gonna work out. It's gonna start, you know, applying. It's gonna start clicking. And I always love when every person on my team starts profiting. It's like they're getting their cherry popped for the first time. I'm just like, yay! It's so exciting. It's such a feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that. And it's funny that you said, like, you know, mindset and all that, because emotional trading is the worst type of trading you can do. You literally cannot, you know, being emotionally attached to it is like a different story. Put it in. Once you make it back, put out, so that way you're not like emotionally trading on your profits and stuff like that. But I'm excited. In order to get access, you do have to be a part of the platform, whether you're a customer or a builder. And we're going to be going over so many different things. We're going to teach literally from A to Z how to input trades, how to, you know, see if it is a trade that's worth in, how to do markups. Well, Key's going to talk about how to do markups and all of that stuff because she's the expert at that. But I'm super excited for this because it's going to be really valuable information for those who are just trying to get their foot in the door and learn this new skill set, because it can be overwhelming. So we're doing it together. We're walking you guys through everything from A to Z on how to get started, you know, how to, you know, how to input them, how to read it, how to mark up in the most simplest way. The easiest, most simple way, because that's what we like. We like simplicity over here. We don't like to overcomplicate things.
And that's one thing about,
if you trade completely on your phone, and I love that you do your markups completely on your phone.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So guys, I mean, if you want me to teach you over the computer, that's not my lane. There's a lot of people, like, you know, just like there's different types of lawyers, you know, you got criminal, you got traffic, you got family. There's different types of traders, okay? We're not all the same. Like, we're in the same area and you know, of trading, but we all trade different. Some are swing traders, some are day traders. We all are different. So, you know, that's one thing to point out for sure. But I like to simply trade off of MetaTrader. It's a free app. Make sure you guys download it now. And, you know, if you're on my team or their team, you'll learn how to do it because you'll be on this call and we're going to mark up charts together. Okay. I'm going to show you over my phone. I'm a simple trader. I like to be, I'm out and about. So while I'm out and about, I can just look at my phone and see if I want to be in a trade or not. So a lot of times when people see me, I'm in my phone sometimes. I'm looking at the charts, you know, and that's what's cool is that you can be anywhere and just, you know, even if I'm at a party or something, I might just look at the charts real quick for a few minutes here and there. It's just kind of like it starts becoming addicting when you see how easy it is to make money in these markets once you actually start honing in and learning a strategy and you start mastering it, you know. It can be a lot, so we're going to take it step by step. And what I want to do is make sure that you guys understand to come into this not overcomplicating anything because this is very simple. It becomes very overcomplicated when you overcomplicate things, especially for people teaching it. It's like, guys, this is simple.
I'm just gonna put in there, not that people try to overcomplicate, I can't talk, overcomplicate. They don't try to, but for those of us who are neurodivergent or deal with ADHD, no, it's not because we want to. It's because our brains don't function that way. It's not that, and you may have people that are that. So to categorize them as overcomplicating things isn't fair, in my opinion, because everyone's different, everyone learns things different. So that's just my 2 cents and my input on that.
Simple. Just like look in here. It's no tricks. Okay. We're going to show you the tricks. And so if we're showing you a trick, those are the tricks. But other than that, what you see is what you see. So I'm super excited about this. Make sure that you guys either DM either myself or Samar or Dre to go ahead and get the link so that way you guys can sign up because this is a private call. Okay. So you have to be on either of our team in order to get onto this call. And I'm really super excited to be doing this with you guys and to just see the follow up after this call. Once you guys go apply that with all the trades, that's going to be amazing too. Because I love getting the feedback from those type of calls. Like you guys.
That's the whole goal is like just like you said, it's like when you see somebody on your team winning and profiting off of this skill, it's like guys, you need to come into this. Like she said, the mindset should not be like, oh my God, I need money. I need to learn trading because I need money. No, the mindset is that I am joining this because I am trying to learn a skill. And then just focus on getting better at the skill and the money will come.
Yes.
Focus better at
which you can learn all these skills online. Absolutely positive. You can let me know down below if you can, but I'm pretty positive you can learn this without joining iGenius. You can do this all online for free because you can. So to use the excuse of you can join and learn, not really use the excuse, but to say that you must do that in order to learn it is not a valid reason. Yeah.
the
Yeah, so
skill.
guys, look at this as like sniper boot camp, okay? We're going to be marking up charts. We're going to show you how to set up the zones. Like snipers don't just say, all right, cool, I'm ready to shoot. No, listen, we're going to show you first the entry, okay? We got to know how to enter. We got to know how to set up our zones. So that way when you do shoot is your entry shot, it's a good shot. It's either good or great. And then, you know, you'll know when to take profit. You know, so when to leave right after you do your shot. Well, before it's a little too late, before you get caught in that trade, so to speak. So, guys, we make trading fun. We trade over here. We make trading fun. I'm happy to be teaming up with you guys and doing this call and hosting it. You know, because there are a lot of people out there who really want to learn how to trade and who I guess aren't really having that great experience. So it's really good that we can do this. We can talk about it. It's a lot of us over here on my team that we've been trading for a while and we just really have fun with it. So we can't wait for you guys to come over and just feel and live this life. It's amazing. So I'm super excited about that. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to add?
I'm just super excited as well, guys. I'm so happy to be collaborating with you, and I'm grateful for you and the connections that we made that weekend. And yeah, so if you guys need to get tapped in, just DM any one of us, and we will show you how to get signed up with our platform so that you can have access to this call. And once again, it's called Never Made Money Trading. So it's literally from the beginning, and I'm super excited because we got a successful trader over here. Okay, and we got the newer traders over here that's going to be walking you through it. Sometimes it's good to have that new perspective because we simplify
Yes.
things. So when
Yeah.
I explain things for my team, they're like, oh, I get it now. Because sometimes the not you, but sometimes the expert traders, they're like, they already know. Like, so it's like boom, 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 and like everyone's lost. You know what I mean? The new
Yeah.
people. So yeah, and Samar, let us know what you got to say.
I'm just excited about this. I think this is going to be perfect. And honestly, like what you were saying, guys, like it's one thing to learn for yourself, but when other people start doing it, it's like a whole nother feeling. So I'm really excited to do this with you guys. Like I said, if you're completely new to this, or even if you've been doing it for a while and maybe you haven't seen so much success on your own and all of that stuff, this is the opportunity. Okay, we're going to walk you through everything from A to Z, share everything that we have with you guys in order to, you know, help you get on that journey and becoming like successful with your trades. Okay, so like the lady said, reach out to any of us if you're not currently on the team or a customer in order to get access to this call. You want to do that before Thursday night, okay, because we want to get you in onboarded so that way on Thursday you're ready to go and you're ready to start learning. Okay, so get back to any of us and we will.
And you can qualify. And you can qualify for the Tesla giveaway that we have right now. You can actually take advantage of that when you join the team too.
Yeah, so we have a giveaway going on for the next 2 weeks. So if you're currently on the team, if you're looking to join the team, now would be the perfect time so you can get in on the, you know, the qualification period in order to qualify for that. Because guys, a Tesla, and I've seen some of you guys been posting about those gas prices. So a Tesla will do everyone some good right now. Okay, so I'm really excited about it. Not only the Tesla,
we can't hear you. You're muted.
Okay, so all it is a lot of extra fluff stuff at the end. So I'm curious about what your thoughts are on this. The fact that they're talking about, I guess, an expert trader. I don't know if she's actually been in trades, so I'm kind of lost. I mean, that's good if they have someone who knows what trading is. It's just the fact that they're recruiting people to do it. That's why we don't like that. It's sketchy. But I hope you enjoy my beautiful creative creatures and have a great spring. And I can't wait for Easter for my two girls. And so I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, weekend, because I'm doing this on Saturday. And I will see you later. Bye.